guys, got another battle report. So this was the Friday before the Throne Scores tournament that I attended this weekend. And this was the first of a few warm-up games I got in on the Friday during the day. So I played a game against my my buddy John and his Lizardmen. Me and John did a video on my channel a while back from the last tournament we went to. And the reason why we've never done a battle report before is because our games just basically descend into chaos very early. We are both famed for rolling like absolute tools. So in some games we may as well just flip a coin, avoid all the heartache, and basically that will decide the game because it makes it a whole lot simpler. So basically these are the spells I rolled up. So I have the Caress of Lanif, Soulblight, Doom of Darkness, and the Purple Sun of Xeris. So a quite good card set for fighting Lizardmen. So this is taken after my turn 1. I forgot to take pictures of deployment. So the dogs vanguarded forward and then pushed right up to try and bottleneck the centre of the board there a little bit. It's not easy to do against skirmishers, but I tried my best. The BSB moved up in the centre, followed by the Gore Beasts. The Skull Crushers swung in from the right, took a danger train testing the trees, but they're okay. The Nurgle Warriors or Harbiards just kind of shuffled along to the right, because top left, on the other side of that tower in the centre, there's a pair of salamanders. So I wanted to keep my Nurgle Warriors as far away from the salamanders as possible. And the other Nurgle Beast just kind of goes here to put some pressure on those chameleon skinks, and to also guard this flank for when the salamanders try and swing around. And it's the shot at the centre, how the dogs are trying to kind of bottleneck the skinks a little bit, but again the skirmishers, so it's not easy to do, but I'm trying my best here with the dogs. This kind of just a shot of his army and where the Demon Prince has just landed behind the building there. So kind of quick run through his list. He's got 3 units of I think 11 skinks, a pair of 3-man pterodon units, 2 single salamanders. He has 2 cold ones on 2 scarvets on cold ones that have got some gear between them, 36 Saurus, helmet and shield, and then he's got a Slann who's ethereal, who normally goes in the Saurus block, but for this game he's running around on his own, and that's pretty much his army, as well as the chameleons in the bottom corner. So the magic phase, I actually get quite a strong magic phase. I go ahead and I get Doom and Darkness onto the Saurus block. I managed to Caress of Lanif his Skink Priest with the scroll, which was nice. And then I managed to get a couple of dice back, and I got Purple Sun off. It went through skinks and hit 5 of the Saurus, killed 5 Saurus, and the skinks were unaffected. So it wasn't a bad magic phase. I got rid of the scroll, and got rid of one of his channel dice and one of his casters. So I was quite happy with that. It was quite a good opening magic phase. So into Lizardmen turn 1, so the Jungle Swarm goes ahead and charges the dogs. I just don't choose to hold. Over on this side, so that was the only charge. So these the salamanders swinging around to the side that I was telling you about. The Slann moves round. In the centre here, so the Pterodons do some crazy moves to fly over the Demon Prince and drop some rocks on his head to get rid of his charm shield, I guess. They land in the building, take danger terrain. We were just treating it not as a building, but as like more of a ruin. So you could sort of land in it and on top of it and things. So they took danger terrain, but none were affected. Well, the Pterodons moved to there. And the rest of his army kind of pushes up like this. So the pair of Scarvets kind of split. The Skinks push up a little bit. They're just going to clear out the dogs. And the Saurus at the back there just shuffle around. And the Chameleons down at the bottom move in to put some pressure on my Nurgle Warriors. So in the magic phase, man, this was depressing. So he goes in, he gets Spirit Leech off. He beats me by like 6, and I take 3 wounds straight off the bat. Oh man, it was so frustrating. Yeah, so I've passed no ward saves, took 3 wounds. Now I've got 1 wound left. If I can survive the shooting phase, I can. There was a gap for me to charge the Saurus unit in the back. I could clip them on the side. Wail on them in combat, do a whole lot of damage and start getting wounds back and be protected from shooting. But there's a lot of skinks around. And in the shooting phase, of course, they do kill him. 1 unit of skinks does 11 shots, gets 4 poisoned. I fail all 4 armor saves, fail all 4 ward saves, and he dies. So that, this is the story of this game. How I said at the start, how one of us always gets diced. It's my turn. So, yep. I kind of probably overestimated his survivability here with a lot of poison, but he should not have died as easily as he did. But this is the game, so we're gonna play it out. The chameleons go ahead and shoot at the noble warriors. They kill 2 of them. And over here, so the combined shooting from all those 2 units of skinks get 1 unit of dogs down to 1 dog left who flees through the other unit of dogs who flee. So I don't think they bother shooting at him. And the jungle swarm goes ahead and beats the dogs in combat. I break. Start of my turn. No charge. The exalted fails a charge onto the jungle swarm. My thinking was, if I can charge it and kill it, I can over into the skinks, fight them on his turn, beat them and reform, and maybe salvage some out of this game. But he needed like a 9 or a 10, and he failed. It's my fault for not power stancing it. Dogs rally. The dogs continue to flee, which is like really awesome. The Golbeasts again just kind of shuffle around. Not much is really going on. The Skull Crushers push up to right behind the dogs. So this is in my magic phase, the my level 1 goes ahead and tries to Syrian doom one of his Scarvets and he dispels it. In Lizardmen turn 1, the Pterodons charge the single dog who has to flee again, redirecting to the other unit of dogs who flee, through my noble warriors who blow their 8 with a reroll and panic off the board. So at this point, I wasn't in the mood and we called it there. So, my post-game thoughts. Holy fucking shit. Is this going to be my weekend? I really hope not. That was such a terrible game to start on. But we had a good laugh and we went and found other opponents. So, I kind of overestimate the survivability of the Demon Prince. He's got a 1-up and a 5-up. But I guess I shouldn't have put him in front of all that poison shooting. I guess maybe a better idea would just be flying to the side. Maybe just send a purple sun across. And I don't know. Hindsight's 2020. If I hadn't have, taken so many wounds from the Spirit Leech, and then, just absolutely whiffed my armor saves and my ward saves, could have been a different story. Even if I had a survivor 1 wound on, which was probably more likely that I should have only taken, 1 or 2, or even possibly 3 wounds, I shouldn't have died all right mathematically. I could have got into the Saurus block and, started just getting wounds back and taking points off. Like I said, it's not a great way to start the weekend. I've been doing really well in my other warm-up games and my other games, and this is actually only the second time I'd tried this particular list with the changes to Nurgle. But so far I was really enjoying it, and I didn't really get to see it perform properly on the table this game. So it wasn't a great way to start the weekend whatsoever. I do hope my luck improves greatly from that. I can't envisage any of my games over the weekend quite being, that bad. And this report is exactly the reason why me and John don't make any battle reports, because either this happens to me or it happens to him. And like I said, this time it was my turn. We were joking afterwards that we should have just flipped a coin, saved up the time, the effort, and the heartbreak, and just gone and got a beer in the bar. It would have been a lot easier for both of us. But it's done and out the way. We're not in the same area at the moment. He's doing placement down in London, and I'm back in Notts. So it's good to meet up and get a game in like normal. So that's the report, guys. Sorry it wasn't more informative or entertaining, but I got diced. So stay tuned for the coverage of the weekend. So thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.